YouTube. Got myself a serious setup because I'm staying here tonight. Just wanted to show you around, drying out all the old logs from where the shelter was smashed down by use of fire. Then these are going to be my fuel tonight, and these in a long log configuration. So some of you might think this is a bit overkill, but I could carry it all in happily. Tarps don't weigh a lot. I've got 2 of them, so this is what I wanted. Just pegged it out on some old bits of the shelter again. Guy lines down to the floor, into there, and tied it off for a ridge line across the tree. Obviously I don't take any pegs or anything in, so that helps as well. Just make all your own pegs. No point in having pegs. It takes about 10 seconds to make a peg. They don't have to look pretty. They can look like that, as long as they do the job. So yeah, this is going to keep, definitely going to keep all rain well away from me tonight. And then what I've done, because I had my solo with me as well, I mean it looks a bit of a mess, but this isn't for rain, this is just to stop the wind, because the wind comes from this direction when it picks up, going right into the shelter. Just gives it a bit of extra protection. So that's tied off onto that top one there. Luckily these trees go the way they do, so they give me tie-off points. So let me take you into camp. That's the fire. This is my kneeling mat, which I think I've shown before, I'm pretty sure I have. But it's also great for this, stoking your fire. When the wood's damp, and you pile a load of it on to get a nice heart of the fire down. I've got my jungle net hammock, which I just sit in around the fire, so I can store my kit in here, like tighten this up a little bit, put my bag and stuff in if it's in the way, or just take it down completely later. I've got a ground sheet, wall blanket, bivy bag. In the bivy bag I've got a roll mat. This is the snugpak for Jedi. I mean it's actually packed away, but you can see it, not packed away, but it's set up. DD silk sleeper inside of that. Self-inflatable mat in there, and then British Army bivy bag. It's my Falcon, which is pretty empty now. My survival pouch, which has got all my bits. What I also have done is put my silver-backed survival blanket. This is a bit better. You can even feel, you put your hand there, you can feel the heat reflected off of that. Keep going where the smoke is. I've just tied that off through its 4 corners to the edges of the tarp, and then it's got grommets out here. Used a peg on this one just to hang down the back of the tarp, and that will reflect all the heat in. Got my lead lenser hanging up there, ready for the. So I've got a light stick that's just going to light up the cooking area. My micro lantern, which I'm also going to have lighting up this area, and then down here I've just got a couple of this couple my gloves to around the fire. Nomex, done a video on them. My BCB Crusader mug, my rations, my water because there's no water in these woods, my Tatonka mug, all with lids. So it's going to be a nice cosy night, but I'll get back to you. Water on the boil time. Time for my first meal of the day, which is sausage and beans, and they fit perfectly in the BCB Crusader mug. That's how I boil my oil in the bags. Just open like that. Sometimes the top gets a little bit burnt, but never mind. That is your sausage and beans ready to go. Fire cooked, lid put back on the water so that can be reused for lemon sponge or whatever next. Job done. That is lemon sponge pudding. Doesn't look very appetizing, doesn't actually smell very appetizing, tastes okay, very sweet, but what it does do, it's so calorific, probably not good for your weight, but the thing is you burn shitloads of calories, excuse the French, when you're out here, but what they do is keep you full. so you don't have to worry about food. The only thing with the way I do things is just burning logs like this. As soon as you just burn the logs down. There's no need for an axe, there's no need for a saw, there's no need for any of that. You literally just need a knife and a fire steel to start your fire and some sort of tinder. And you just feed your logs in, keep feeding them in. When they burn down, you feed them in. They burn down more, you feed them in again. You can see the ends that are burning down there, or have burnt down. Now I've just fed a load of fresh ones in. See, when these are burnt down, I'll push them across onto the fire. Just saves yourself a lot of energy. Yeah, it looks a bit messy, but at the end of the day, fire isn't exactly a neat thing. See all these people splitting wood and going crazy and like sawing things. You know, if that's their preference, fine. But for me, this works well. Bit of smoke, yeah, it does kick off a bit of smoke when it's burning the bark and the wet part of the wood, but it's not the end of the world. Deal with it. So yeah, that's for me. And then I'll build this up with this, get this fire going nice and strong. Then these big pine logs keep me warm all night. Plus these ones I'm sitting on if need be. All from my old shelter, so it's all being recycled. Lovely. Another quick tip that a lot of you might know, but when it's this sort of weather, November, and the everything's soaked, it's good to, especially your big logs you're going to be burning, just move them right up nice and close to the fire. I mean, at the minute they're probably too close where they're going to start burning themselves. That's not the end of the world, I've got loads. But yeah, you want to move them as close to the fire as you can so they start drying out. Darkness has finally kicked in completely. Fire is going lovely. Now, never underestimate the power of the glow stick. Great little things to have in your main working area where you're doing your cooking and stuff. I'll turn the torch off and see if... Yeah, I've also got the Yuko burning my arse. Also got the Yuko micro lantern on the go, which is just lighting up my little area. Can't really pick it up on the video. Doesn't look as nice with a bright torchlight on it, but just that little glow stick on the go. And the micro lantern gives me enough light to see my little cooking area. Got some little treats there, just where I've got all my stuff. At the minute, I'm still in the hammock. We'll go down to the floor at some point later. Don't need any sleeping bags at the minute though, because this fire is a beast. Who needs X Factor on a Saturday night when you got Bush TV? Okay, pine makes for a great fire wood, as you can see, because of all the resin obviously. Doesn't burn as long as things like oak and that, but the only problem is with it, it spits like mad because of all the resin. Evening meal, that's rice bubbling away in there. Already done the lamb. Don't know if it's going to be as good as the local curry house, but soon find out. I just sat here hearing banging everywhere thinking, these farmers are busy tonight, what are they up to? Like, just sitting there chilling out with my micro lantern and my thing, thinking, why are they making so much noise? Then I realised it's fireworks night, isn't it? And they're actually fireworks going off and not mass shootings of fox or something. Silly me. Could be a noisy one tonight. Time for a little nighttime brew in the Tatonka mug, in which I've got half milk, half water. Nice chai tea bag from Twinings. Sounds very gay, but believe you me, it tastes lovely. Fireworks are still going mad. So's this pine, as you can hear. Burning holes in everything. I've actually moved the bivy bag now. It's only a cheap ground sheet, I'm not too bothered. The cotton blanket's alright obviously, but yeah. It's having a go at everything. Okay YouTube, final instalment for a bit. It's about 11 o'clock now. Got the fire stocked up. Should last a while. Now I'm off to sleep. Good morning, YouTube. It is about 2:15 in the morning. Just had to wake up to restoke the fire, but I laid down about 11. Didn't get to sleep till about 12:30. I don't think. Like, I had about an hour and a half sleep, but you know that's part and parcel of sleeping in the woods as well. But this is keeping me so goddamn warm. I'm literally just laying here in my softie 3. Again for Jedi the Night of the Woods. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this video for this long, but see if you want it. Yeah, that is it. I'm just literally in a softie. I'm not even in the silk sleeper. Just laying on top of my bivi bag because it's so hot. Morning again, YouTube. It is now 6:15. The cockerel's cockling. I, halfway through, decided to move to the hammock. First of all, I'm just in the sleeping bag. Then I took a self-inflating mattress up with me, which somehow has got a puncher. It was lovely and cosy at first. I fell asleep nice, and then somehow this has got a puncher. I mean, it could have been probably something coming off of the fire, or it doesn't like this net hammock and it's pierced it somehow. It's only a cheap crap. I think it was about 12 quid from Highlander, so no, 20 quid something, but it's lasted me a good few times now. Might be able to fix it. If not, it's not the end of the world, I suppose. Still a bit annoying though, because my back was freezing, so I had to drag the wall blanket up here. Before my phone died of battery, I saw that apparently there was going to be a heavy rain storm at 6 o'clock, which it is now. That's not going to be fun. I'm all covered up obviously, but apparently it's going to go until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, according to my weather. If that's the case, that's going to be a bit of a bastard, because obviously taking everything down when it's wet, so it's never fun, because it's nice to dry it, otherwise you've got to dry it at home somehow, and I'm tired. That rain has come. Fire's still going though, and it's got a bit of water on it. I was having a nice sleep then, and the rain woke me up. It's about 7:30 now, and I think I'm gonna go back to sleep. Something's dripping on me though. Probably a few holes in this tarp. It's quite old now, and yeah, it's had a few burn marks. Where did that drip come from? Oh well, a few drips on the head ain't gonna kill me. It's been an eventful night, I'll say that much. Good morning number 2, YouTube. It's still raining, pretty heavy, and it's also, the fire's still going pretty strong. That has kept me warm all through the night, but as you can see, all the wood, that wood I was sitting on yesterday, that's all gone. There's still one big log left here that I probably won't get through today. I'll probably just go and chuck that. I don't want to come back to this site after, so I just wanted to spend a night here to burn all this wood. So I'll probably chuck it in the woods over there. We've got drip city going on in here because of the way I've got the tarp angled. This sort of tarp configuration setup is okay for light rain, but when it's heavy like it is today, it starts to come down the inside of the tarp. So all these lines you can see, is it dripping down the inside of the tarp. It's literally dripping there. but you know, a few drops of water on the face ain't going to kill you. If it was loads, I'd be worried, but it's not. It's like just occasionally smoking the eye. Yeah, I'd usually started packing up by now, but I really don't want to with this weather the way it is. It's just going to be a nightmare. And with the fire going as nice as it is, there's no rush. Just going to lay her in my bag, in my hammock. Weirdly, I've taken to the hammocks sleeping now. This knit hammock is actually more comfortable than the floor, because the floor's on a bit of a weird slant here, and it's just really difficult to get comfortable. And the hammock turned out to be much more comfortable. And because I had the fire going and I was warm all the time, I didn't get any like really sore back where I got really cold in the night. So that might be the problem with hammock camping. My back just gets too cold. So if I was going to do it without a fire, I'd probably need one of those under quilts, and it'd probably be quite a comfortable, nice night actually. I've obviously always just got too cold. It's a shame I haven't got my actual hammock. I've just got this net one. If I had my my DD Traveller hammock, which I can't find, took to Thailand, now I can't find it. Hopefully it's at home somewhere. They'll buy a micro rope. Anyway, I'm going to go back to chilling by the fire. Work tomorrow.